Hello subscribers, today we'll be looking at my first Rebor figure on this channel, which is the Monty the Titanoboa Cerahonensis. Now, if you guys haven't already known, Rebor unfortunately only did one very limited run of this figure and only produced a limited amounts of them due to how expensive it was to make. So I got mine from Everything Dinosaurs eBay page for about, in total, $90 US, which I think is kind of steep for something like this, but it was the cheapest I could find. Still significantly cheaper than what the scalpers are selling this for. So here's the packaging. You know, your typical Rebor packaging. A soft black box with a nice artwork of the figure on the front. Then you got all the title stuff. So on the bottom, you just got all this extra stuff. And then on the back, it says, a tribute to all the hardships and struggles we have faced. Which of course references, like I've already said, how hard it was for Rebor to produce this. So as you can see, I already took the figure out of the box, so that's enough talk about the packaging. I really like how these figures come with these little information cards. Pause if you want to read it. So as you can see, there's an image of the snake's vertebrae and ribs, where they were found, and then a size comparison of Titanoboa next to a human. Here we have Monty and his crocodile victim out of the box, and let's take a look at the crocodile first. Now, I have to say, this figure is around 7 inches long, and it's made of a hollow plastic. I think it's vinyl. But as you can see how lifelike this thing looks, see from the color scheme to the detailing and the glossy finish. Now I like how this crocodile can be used, in a swimming pose, or even a death row pose, not just a pose where he's being constricted. Now I think that this is based off of the modern day saltwater crocodile or Nile crocodile. I wish Rebor could have made a figure of one of the obscure prehistoric crocodiles that lived alongside Titanoboa, specifically Acherontosuchus, Anthracosuchus, or Cerahonensis. But, having a crocodile victim in this set is, better than nothing. So yeah, not much else to say about this figure, and let's take a look at the Titanoboa himself. As you can see, the Titanoboa is just as lifelike as the crocodile. You can move the jaw, and inside, you see the mouth has a very wet look to it, and there's even some dry brushing going on, which is amazing. Now the detailing for this guy, quite simple, is what you expect from a giant snake. You could see the immense scale detailing on the top, and on the bottom as well. You've got these larger scales here. Looks really good. Now the paint job is also quite simple. It's very reminiscent of the extant green anaconda. So on the top, you've got the black spots, the swampy green color as the base color, and on the bottom you got the cream colored underbelly. Now the main feature of this figure is the bendy wire, which allows you to pose the snake into any way you want. Now this feature is also present in some other bendy toys like the Kenner Jurassic Park, Tanystropheus, and Coelophysis, but unlike those figures, Rebor claimed that they spent a lot of money to make this figure durable. I'm assuming that they mean the rubber here as well as the wire, because over time those Tanystropheus and Coelophysis figures, the wire will snap, making them basically useless. So hopefully this Titanoboa will last a long time. You can see how nicely the Titanoboa wraps around the crocodile victim. Now most other bendy toys, like I said, aren't flexible enough to pull off poses like this. So I'm very glad that Rebor took the time and effort to make something like this. Now recent studies show that Titanoboa was more of a fish eater, so it would have more likely went after large fish rather than the medium or large size crocodilians. There is actually a few issues that some of my subscribers pointed out. Now, one of them pointed out that that if you bend this thing too much, the paint is gonna start falling off, which is very true actually. Because as cool as this rubber material is, paint really doesn't stick that well to soft rubber. And another one of my subscribers said that he had a heat wave in California, and when he looked at his Titanoboa, there was cracks in the rubber and the paint everywhere. So if you guys have this figure, don't play with it too much and keep him in a cool place. Time for some comparisons. So as you can see, we have the Titanoboa and the crocodile next to the Papoceratosaurus and Gorgosaurus, and they all seem very compatible with each other. See, they all have a bunch of detailing and pretty natural color schemes. We've got the Mattel Jurassic World Sarcosuchus and the Carnegie Collection Dinosuchus. While Titanoboa may be able to handle crocodiles of this size, he might struggle or even lose against giant crocs like these two. Final comparison, here is the Collectae Minizephactinus, and since Titanoboa is a fish eater, Minizephactinus will have to be very wary. Well, there you have it, guys. This is my review on the Rebor Titanoboa, and I do highly recommend this if you can find it, even though it's very unlikely. And I'm also glad that we finally have a Titanoboa figure, since prehistoric animals like this don't often get made into figures. Now, fortunately, Rebor is releasing another Titanoboa. Well, it's more of a statue. It's supposed to be like a large model of a Titanoboa head bursting out of the water with a small crocodile in his jaws. Depending on the price of that one, I might pick that one up. So if I had to give this figure a rating, I'd say he gets the 9 out of 10. Despite, the bendy feature having flaws, I still think it's very fun to mess around with. And I also love how it comes with a crocodile victim. So if you guys like this review, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next review.